I'm Jill Casper with the Bridges Speakers Bureau and Mid-Minnesota Federal Credit Union. And today we're going to talk about basic banking, how to get an account, where to get an account. Really we need to start with, where do you find financial services? You can find financial services at a bank. So what's a bank? A bank is owned by somebody. So whether it's owned by a corporation, whether it's owned by investors, whether it's owned by a family, customers don't have any ownership in it and don't have any voting privileges, and we'll talk about that in a minute. One of the benefits of a bank is that they offer their services to everybody, and everybody can become a customer. You can pick up and go to California and become a customer of a bank in California. If you like walking in to a financial institution and you don't know where you're going to live, maybe a bigger U.S. bank would be important to you, because there's U.S. banks all over the country. The next is a credit union. A credit union is a not-for-profit, and so the members, that's what they call their customers, or members, actually have an ownership share. So if you have an account at a credit union, you have to keep $5 in that account. That's your ownership share. So every member has equal value. So whether I have $5 in my account or $500,000 in my account, everybody has one membership vote. And the difference with a credit union is that you can only become a member if you fit within their area of expertise. So where I work at Mid-Minnesota, you need to live, work, or worship, be related to somebody who lives, works, or worships in one of our 10 counties that we have. There are, the Mayo Clinic has their own credit union. You have to be an employee of Mayo Clinic to be a part of that. So you may not be able to go out to California and be a member of the credit union out there. You have to fit within their area. And the final is a savings and loan. It's kind of a combination between the two. They specialize in deposits and offering mortgages. Savings and loans are out there really to get lending out into their communities. And so by law, they have to have a pretty high percentage of their lending in consumer loans, so your car loans and mortgages. So really those are the three different places you can get an account. But essentially, we offer the same products and services as everybody does. Everybody's got checking, everybody's got savings. There's lots of different products and services. Each offers maybe something a little bit different, but pretty much the same. So if you don't have an account, how do you open an account? First thing you have to understand is you have to have a valid state picture ID. So if you don't have one, go to your DMV, use your driver's license, a passport, military ID, and it has to be valid. It can't be clipped or snipped or anything like that. You'll have to make a deposit in that account. So I would call beforehand to know how much money do I have to bring in to open that account. It could be anywhere between $5 and $100 to open your account. You're going to have to fill out an application. So they're going to ask your name. They're going to ask your address. They're going to ask your date of birth and your social security number. And we're going to check a couple things with that. We're going to make sure you are who you say you are. We're going to run you through a system called check systems. And that's how all financial institutions talk to each other. So if you leave Bank A and you owe them a lot of money and you've bounced a bunch of checks, we're not going to let you open an account at Bank B. We're going to say, hey, what happened over here? We see that. We can't trust you to open an account here. So that's the system that we use to all talk to each other. The other thing we're going to do is run your name through OFAC, Office of Foreign Asset Control. And so that was started after 9/11 to look for terrorists and people funding terrorist organizations. And your name will be run through that system every month from there on out. That's the same with every financial institution. If you're applying at a credit union, we want to make sure that you qualify for membership. What kind of account do you want? Do you want a checking account? Do you have a savings account? And really, most institutions have maybe 3 or 4 checking accounts and a few different savings accounts. What you want to make sure of is that there aren't any fees associated with them. As a high school, college student, you should not be paying fees on your accounts. Make sure there's no minimum balance. So sometimes they'll say, oh, you have to have $1,000 in there. Well, I don't know a lot of high school or college students that can keep $1,000 in their account, so make sure you're not in that type of account. So ask those questions, and really the person opening your account should walk you through that and get you in the right account of how you like to do your banking. They may ask, do you want an ATM card associated with your savings account? Do you want a debit card associated with your checking account? Do you want online banking? Do you want your phone app banking? So they'll walk through all those with you and help you get set up with that. Then there's account ownership. Who else do you want on your account with you? So for many of you, if you have an account that was set up when you were a baby, your parents are on the account with you. It's very important to know that who's ever on that account with you has 100% access to your funds. Okay? I've seen many, many examples of people who've come in, they have somebody else on their account, maybe they had a boyfriend or a girlfriend on their account, and they break up and the money's gone. Okay? So I know for myself, I'm on my kids' account until they want me off, usually around college, and then they go on an account by themselves. They're going to ask you, this seems like a kind of a weird question, but if you were to pass away, who gets your money? Okay? So you're going to need their social security numbers, their addresses, and their date of birth when you go in there. And we're going to ask for some references. We're not going to call these people if you're going to open your account, but if for some reason something's wrong with your account, if we have a bad address for you, if you have bounced a bunch of checks, these are the people who we're going to call to find you. And then you're going to sign the bottom saying everything on here is true, and we're going to open the account. This process maybe takes 10 minutes. So once you have your account open, really, how does it work? You can deposit money into your account, so you can do that at the teller line, you can do that in the drive-thru, you can do that in the ATM, you can have direct deposit from your employer that they put it automatically in your account. You can take that money out at any time. It's your money. That being said, if I have $100,000 in my account, I can't walk up to the teller line and say, I want my $100,000 out. Even though it's my money, banks don't keep that much money on hand. They don't have that in their vault. So you can call ahead and we can order it. So many times you'll see those big blue trucks that drive around town. Those are our dominoes of money. They deliver our money based on our orders. So we can set that up for you and you can come in the next day. Now, do we want you to take out $100,000? Absolutely not. We want you to be safe and secure. The money that sits in there, the financial institution uses that, we invest that, and we make a profit. That's one of the ways that financial institutions make money. Every month or every year, we actually will pay you back a little bit of that money, depending on how much money you keep in your account and how long it's been there. That's called interest. And if you are with a federally insured bank or a nationally insured credit union, your money is insured against loss. So if for some reason Mid-Minnesota were to shut down, all Mid-Minnesota members will get their money back. We've seen it happen in a couple different communities, and it can be really tough on those customers. So how do you make your account better? Debit card, ATM card. Remember, ATMs can only be used at an ATM machine. Debit cards can be used anywhere that Visa is accepted. Now, one of the things that people don't understand is they don't think they can bounce a debit card. You can bounce a debit card, and here's just a couple examples. When I run my debit card through at the gas station, it's only going to authorize that for $1 to see if it's an active account. So if I only have $45 in my account and I put $50 worth of gas in, that's going to be an overdraft. And an overdraft can be anywhere from $25 to $45. Well, that's the cost of your gas right there. Let's say I'm shopping at a little shop and I run my debit card through and buy something. That shopkeeper may not run those through Visa for a couple days. Well, if in a couple days later, I don't have any money in that account, it's going to bounce that check. The most common thing we see with teens is your subscriptions, your Netflix, your Spotify, those automatic things that come out of your account every month. Those can, if you don't have the money in there, they're going to try to pull. They're going to try to pull it maybe 3 times, and after the 3rd time, you're going to get an overdraft charge on those. So be very aware of what's coming in and going out of your accounts. Online banking and phone banking can be a really easy way to quickly see what's coming in and out of your account. Fraud is crazy. If you've watched Chris's video on fraud, look at your account a lot. You'll be surprised. It could be just $1 here, $1 there, but maybe somebody has your account and they're taking money out of it. So those phone apps are a great way to take a look, see what's coming and going. ID theft, credit monitoring. Anytime for myself, anytime that a loan is taken out of my name, anytime somebody inquires on a loan in my name, it sends me a notification. So that's something, especially if you're over 18, that's going to be really important. And I really suggest that you build a relationship with your financial institution. If you like the bank or credit union that you're with right now, get to know somebody there. It's easier for us to help you, if we know you and we have a relationship with you. Finally, if you don't have an account, this is a great time to start one. Come visit us at Mid-Minnesota and we'd be happy to help you. Thank you.
To learn more, visit bridgesconnection.org/speakers.